Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, January 29th, at 3:27 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 717 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. China to no longer recognize British overseas passports in Hong Kong. The perfect target, Russia cultivated Trump as asset for 40 years, ex-KGB spy. Congresswoman Lauren Boebert mocks Parkland school shooting survivor David Hogg as tough and child. Trump's popularity never been stronger than today as Republicans vow to win back House. Billionaire Mark Cuban says he has hedged the heck out of his portfolio amid worries over GameStop market war. Arizona Republican introduced a bill to let state legislature overturn results in a presidential election. Former Texas police chief arrested for faking documents to facilitate affairs with mistresses, cops say. Federal judges announce plans to retire, opening court vacancies for Biden to fill. For Christ's sake, watch yourself, Biden warns family over business dealings. Georgia Medical Center suspended from vaccine program after school district inoculation. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. China recognizes British national overseas passport, the Associated Press. Bitcoin spikes 20% after Elon Musk adds Bitcoin to his Twitter bio, CNBC. Signal adds mainstream chat features to lure wider audience, The Verge. Mexico's death toll becomes the world's third highest, surpassing India's, The New York Times. The Bachelor's Matt James admits he's uncomfortable watching himself kiss with his eyes open, Yahoo Entertainment. Reddit's GameStop stock battle with Wall Street is turning into a war, CNET. Cicely Tyson death, groundbreaking Emmy-winning actress, dies age 96, The Independent. Pain relievers made all effectiveness of COVID-19 vaccine, experts warn, New York Post. Robinhood raises $1 billion as CEO defends actions amid GameStop frenzy, New York Post. Pelosi wants security money to face enemy within House, Yahoo News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Lindsey Graham's finger in a boogie jar gets picked on by Jimmy Kimmel. Louisiana cemetery refuses to bury black deputy because of whites-only policy. Obama UHS remembers Cicely Tyson, the personification of beauty, grace. Republican strategist predicts what will become of the GOP if Trump isn't convicted. 15 of Yosemite's iconic giant sequoias fall in most damaging storm in decades. Aaron Burnett flips GOP rep Matt Gaetz' cancel culture whine back on him. Trevor Noah channels Margot Robbie in a bubble bath to explain GameStop stock. Fired Fox News editor details murderous rage of angry Trump supporters. A Republican party of conspiracists and seditionists will fall, GOP lawmaker says. Progressive faith groups welcome Biden's moves to expand abortion access. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Vet hopes to make it into Packers Fan Hall of Fame. Army veteran to file lawsuit against Miami police. Father of 3 in desperate need of a heart transplant. Scammer targets elderly woman with prizes promise. Teacher lost husband, against in-person learning. Birthday boy received signed jersey from NFL player. Girl expelled from Christian school over girl crush. University, Graduate Workers Union meet with federal mediator. Ministry grateful for donations after theft. Methamphetamine-related arrests worry officials. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Marco Rubio deserves Ivanka Trump. Robinhood, in need of cash, raises $1 billion from its investors. A conspiracy theory is proved wrong. Mexico's COVID-19 death toll grows to world's third highest. Do you remember the celebrity birds of New York City? Inside a pro-Huawei influence campaign. How an 8-sided egg ended up in a robin's nest. He is Israel's Prince of Torah, but to some, he is the king of COVID. Trump just used us and our fear, one woman's journey out of QAnon. When the threat of political violence is real. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. UK government removed sexist coronavirus ad following backlash. We have to figure this out, he'd say turnaround will come. Martin scores 19, Arizona's street and skid, tops Cal 72-68. Suns snap 3-game skid, rolled to 114-93 win over Warriors. Serena visits Subi for win, Djokovic on court in Australia. Dallas Stars beat Red Wings 7-3 to improve to 4-0 on season. Tyson scores 31 points, number 6 Houston routs Tulane, 83-60. Tim Kispert lead number 1 Gonzaga to 20th straight win. New York nursing home deaths topped 12K, Cuomo health chief reveals. With Davis out, Lakers fall to Pistons 107-92. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, January 29th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Super Bowl LV prop bets, I'm going to go with Tom Brady to win MVP, says Sportsline's Kenny White. Christopher Mintz-Plasse on Comedy Central's Blarg and Son, there's nothing better than working with your friends. Second gentleman added to Merriam-Webster dictionary following Vice President Harris' inauguration. CBS Sports 2 air new Earl the Pearl Monroe documentary as part of Black History Month celebration. Tom Brady will be wearing white jersey in Super Bowl, and that may be good news for Bucks. Does GameStop's soaring stock indicate a possible market bubble? The Space Shuttle Challenger disaster happened 35 years ago today. Mighty Ducks actor Sean Weiss celebrates 1 year of sobriety after California arrest. GameStop and the stock market, what's going on? Farmers Insurance Open Preview, a major championship-style venue, where par is a good score, says CBS Sports' Mark Immelman. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Sigma male archetype akin to the alpha is mocked online. Army hammers estranged wife Elizabeth Chambers breaks silence over his cannibalism scandal. Coronavirus UK, Britons in Dubai race to reach home before today's 1 p.m. deadline. Married teacher who had sex with her 15-year-old pupil blows kiss to husband as she is locked up. Padstow is set to ban second homeowners from buying new build houses. Man transports bee colony by holding the queen in his fist and letting the insects swarm his arm. Rare footage of stricken Michael Schumacher to be aired in new documentary this year. Britain's Robinhood Society gains 33,000 Twitter followers after US stock app confusion. COVID, Easter eggs used as a barrier to stop customers reaching non-essential clothing at Tesco. Boris Johnson drops plan to make Lord Frost National Security Advisor. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. World leaders pledge a great reset after the pandemic. Tense calm in northern Lebanese city after violent clashes. China had a head start on coronavirus vaccinations. It's now falling behind the West. Coronavirus updates. Variant found in South Africa prompt travel curbs. EU seeks answers on vaccine delays. Fugitive Pakistani militant killed by bomb in Afghanistan. Explainer, behind the Kremlin's response to Navalny rallies. Out of sight, cleaners perform critical work in COVID intensive care units. Tanzania's leader denies COVID, now countrymen push back. Britain bans flights from Dubai, as influencers and TV stars who flock to the city rush to get home. The Biden-Putin relationship is already on the rocks. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Democrats set to push for COVID relief without Republican Congress support. Live updates. As a Zoom boom brings the wealthy to Santa Fe, locals are getting priced out. Hong Kong, China will no longer recognize British national overseas citizens. Opposition rises to Canadian mining plan that poses risk across U.S. border. EU not fit for purpose to reduce poverty in Europe, says UN envoy. Black Americans receiving COVID vaccines at lower rates than whites. George Saunders, Monty Python taught me that comedy and truth are the same thing. Will COVID-19 sniffing dogs allow fans back into sporting events? Violence starts at home, the Afghan women tackling domestic abuse at its source. From Dot Cotton to Chief Wiggum, 10 of the best bent coppers on TV. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. More Chibok girls have escaped from Boko Haram almost 7 years later, parents say. 11 Fort Bliss soldiers injured after ingesting unknown substance in training. Army, 11 soldiers injured after ingesting unknown substance. Cicely Tyson, purposeful and pioneering actor, dead at 96. 2 toddlers still missing after nearly 6 weeks. Liquid nitrogen leak at Georgia poultry plant kills 6. More mudslides, flooding and snow west, northeast could see coldest air in 2 years. Probe of NY nursing home says COVID-19 deaths underreported by up to 50%. U.S. airline execs push back on possibility of domestic COVID-19 testing requirement. 9 retired nuns in Michigan die of COVID-19 in January. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. COVID, New Zealand quarantine hotel worker sacked after inappropriate encounter. COVID, AstraZeneca contract must be published, says European Commission chief. Israeli archaeologists find biblical royal purple dye. COVID-19, Novavax vaccine shows 89% efficacy in UK trials. Pioneering U.S. actress Cicely Tyson dies age 96. China warns Taiwan independence means war as U.S. pledges support. Indomie, creator of cult favorite mee goreng instant noodle dies. Coronavirus, crowds torch government building as lockdown unrest continues. Can striking oil turn Cambodia's economy around? Ford to start building electric Mustangs in China. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Pain relief medications like Tylenol and Advil are perfectly fine, but only after COVID-19 vaccine, experts say. AP Top Stories January 29th. On this day, January 29, 1975. First U.S. cases of COVID variant in South Carolina. Another winter storm is expected to dump snow and heavy rain from west coast to northeast. With Colorado at war with small businesses, agriculture, and oil and gas, Weld County Group seeks secession to Wyoming. These colleges survived world wars, the Spanish flu and more. They couldn't withstand COVID-19 pandemic. A devastating loss, 6 dead, 11 hospitalized after liquid nitrogen leak at Georgia poultry plant, officials say. Today in history for January 29th. Role of race in U.S. vaccine rollout put to the test. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. What are these atmospheric rivers that bring heavy rain and snow to California? Ralph's forced to postpone COVID-19 vaccine appointments after county pulls back doses. Lincoln, Washington, Feinstein, Lowell, San Francisco will rename 42 schools. San Jose Hospital executive discipline after teachers allowed to get coronavirus vaccine. Chateau Marmont gave coveted jobs mostly to white people, lawsuit alleges. Monterey mudslides injure resident, damage 25 structures as LA braces for heavy rain. California lawmakers vote to extend COVID-19 eviction protections through June. FBI arrests Huntington Beach man on charges related to Capitol breach. California failed to heed warnings of unemployment benefit fraud for months, state audit says. Super Bowl, outdoor dining will be big tests of LA's COVID-19 progress. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, January 29th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. China says it will no longer recognize British passport for Hong Kong residents. NYC protesters slam Robinhood, scream at Wall Street traders amid GameStop stock chaos. Top German court rules war crimes committed abroad can be tried in Germany. 2 gay men plead for mercy as they are caned in Indonesia. Vaccines have saved 37 million children's lives since 2000. Over the lifetime of those born between 2000 and 2030, the findings reveal 120 million deaths will be averted by vaccination, of which 96 million will be saved by the measles vaccine and the hepatitis vaccine together. Royal documentary banned by the Queen 50 years ago is leaked on YouTube. UK PM Johnson immensely proud as visa offer for Hong Kong citizens launches. Dogecoin hits all-time high, surging over 500% in 24 hours. Dodge a bullet, Melbourne lockdown may have prevented more deadly COVID-19 variant. Philippine President Duterte refuses to have vaccine on camera because he wants to take it in his butt. 6.3 travelers entered Canada and didn't have to quarantine. EU opens price-fixing probe against maker of Toblerone, Oreo and Cadbury chocolate. 2 female members of Kurdish-led administration in Syria found beheaded. The next headlines are from Forbes. Loaded with Tesla-like features, Vietnam's Vingra plans rollout of electric SUVs. This flying car can now be legally flown, but you cannot drive it or even buy it yet. Japan's latest leader needs to change course or face an early exit. An insider's view of DARPA, the world's most advanced research agency. Sundance 2020, Censor is an excellent interrogation of the psyche of the censor. Why psychology majors end up with more student debt. National Academy's report won't rely heavily on carbon price to address climate change. Without 3 starters, Clippers grind out a road win in Miami. Air Force, don't buy old combat aircraft. Desperation point approaching for Notre Dame men's basketball. The next headlines are from Nature.com. First evidence that COVID vaccines protect people against new variants. Life on Venus claim faces strongest challenge yet. Explaining the icy mystery of the Dyatlov Pass deaths. Mystery on high, an ozone-destroying chemical appears in the air. Audio long read, push, pull and squeeze, the hidden forces that shape life. COVID research updates, the workers who keep us fed face some of the highest COVID risk. Cell competition constitutes a barrier for interspecies chimerism. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,682,467,405 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. God.org TV drama Vision attracts 500 delegates with strong program. Manoj Bajpayee to star in Kanu Belt thriller Dispatch for Ronnie Screwvallis as VP. Small Axe filmmaker Steve McQueen to executive produce BBC films on Black Power, education scandal. Sony Global Relief Fund commits $400,000 to support Brazilian film production restart exclusive. Elisa Viad orders The Invincible from Cargo creator exclusive. Daisy Ridley, James McAvoy, Jade Thirlwall, Dizzy Rascal feature in Celebrity Bake Off for Cancer charity. Picture Tree International picks up Danish comedy drama Persona non grata exclusive. Censor Review, a horror homage to the video Nasty that isn't quite nasty enough. One for the Road Review, Old Friends Drink and Drive in Wong Kar-wai produced Thai melodrama. Summer of Soul, or, When the Revolution Could Not Be Televised, Review, Questlove's revelatory 1969 Harlem concert documentary. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Hope and skepticism as Biden promises to address environmental racism. Why Russia may have stepped up attacking game. Protests for Navalny in Russia represent a generational divide. Calls mount for President Biden to shake up Postal Service's leadership. A hostage situation every day, strategists blame Trump for Georgia Senate losses. New Yorkers lunge, twist and Zumba their way through the pandemic together. As states hustle to distribute vaccines, big business offers a boost of expertise. 6 killed after liquid nitrogen leak at Georgia poultry plant. Home of Emmett Tillern's landmark designation in Chicago. Biden housing nominee Marcia Fudge appears before Senate banking panel. The following headlines are from The Week. Facebook is unfixable. Liberal democracy's Achilles heel. This 11-year-old quote is the key to Justin Timberlake's surprising acting career. The Capitol insurrection isn't moderating the GOP, it's making them more extreme. How ending the filibuster could actually foster bipartisanship. Democrats plan to make every House Republican take a vote on GOP Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene. GM bets big on electric, says it will sell only zero-emission vehicles by 2035. Novavax COVID-19 vaccine is 89% effective, but much less so against South African strain. Trailblazing actress Cicely Tyson is dead at 96. McConnell misquotes Biden in an attempt to criticize his rush of executive orders. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. What to do with a tidal wave of Texas wind turbine blades. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. NASA raised an army of jellyfish in space. Physics, flux, and fire ants. The following headlines are from the NASA Mars Exploration Program. NASA's MAVEN continues to advance Mars science and telecommunications relay efforts. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Exoplanetary system found with 6 worlds in orbital resonance. Iceland is a similar environment to ancient Mars. Saturn got its tilt from its moons. OSIRIS-REx is heading for home in May. Space and sustainability, how the lessons of Biosphere 2 inspired Sam. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, January 29th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Your best photos from winter 2021. Say goodbye to Earth's mini-moon on February 1st and 2nd. Astronomers find possible exoplanet in the making within its own whirlpool. Monarch butterflies are in trouble, here's how to help in your own yard. A giant undersea sandworm's fossilized lair. The next news is from Politico. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Europe gives Biden a one-finger salute. Biden's first 100 days. Anti-Trump group launches $1 billboard campaign calling on Cruz, Hawley, McCarthy to resign. The page who took down the GOP. I'm just furious, relations in Congress crack after attack. Opinion Republicans are giving rogue presidents a pass by redefining impeachment. Inside the mad dash for New York mayoral endorsements. The nation's cartoonists on the week in politics. The antipope of Mar-a-Lago. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Saints edge dogs in Battle of the Burks. As it happened, Germany warns against AstraZeneca vaccine use in over 65s as Josh Frydenberg rules out JobKeeper extension. Ziegler Shocker opens door for Jets to snatch draw with Wanderers. Kiwi dying of brain cancer cannot get into ANZ's managed isolation, but the Wiggles can. Victory show grit to bounce back. The perils of picking up pooch poo. Report into fatal Hawkesbury River crash released. Either way we win, Labour's plan to get the upper hand in climate wars. Kate, Matt and Miles, how a young family's death rocked a community. Why might Taiwan be the next global flashpoint? The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The tell, why are markets going crazy? Smartphones, one study suggests. How Brexit is already taking its toll on the UK economy. Auto Trader, how do I sell my car if the lender holds the title? NerdWallet, afraid to invest? Clear up these 5 stock market myths. Next Avenue, how this medical professor is battling COVID-19 in vulnerable communities. Europe markets, European stocks and US futures drop as GameStop fueled volatility and COVID-19 worries drag on markets. The Wall Street Journal, WeWork in talks to combine with SPAC, or take private funding. The Wall Street Journal, battery cell shortage hinders Tesla's production of semi-truck. Market Extra, the GameStop and AMC drama doesn't stop with the stock market. Tax Watch, taxes are usually an afterthought, GameStop's wild ride will leave some investors with a huge tax bill. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Life Sciences A to Z, P is for patent, Lixology. China Trademark Office, CTMO, releases latest statistics, intellectual property, China, Mondac News alerts. Feds cannot dodge Gilead HIV patent counterclaims, Law 360. Pormwo's patented skincare system will help you look younger, WLS-TV. Spotify patents tech to monitor user speech and emotions for song recommendations, Complex. iRobot launches new attack on Shark Ninja's robotic vacuums, Bloomberg. Blockchain and energy innovation marches on, Power Magazine, Power Magazine. 2020 IP Law Year in Review, Patents, the National Law Review. Biden needs an innovation agenda, Milford Daily News. Tips for banks as USAA check deposit patent dispute grows, Law 360. The next headlines are from Quartz. Why are India's farmers protesting? It's economics, but also politics. COVID-19 is spurring unprecedented collaboration among vaccine manufacturers. 20,000 honeybees took over a tech company's empty office during lockdown. A timeline of the months-long farmer protests in India. Nearly 2 weeks in, India's COVID-19 vaccine program needs to pick up pace to meet its goals. The Modi government has mishandled the farm laws every step of the way. A flag brought back bitter memories of a separatist movement for Indians, just that it was the wrong flag. How former President Rawlings pioneered heritage tourism in Ghana. A Kenyan insurtech startup for de-risking farmers is expanding to Asia with new funding. Who's the next GameStop? These are the 10 most shorted stocks. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Content moderation at scale is impossible. Google Play bans video player app over AS file extension support. The crunch is on. Join our public domain game jam and whip up an entry this weekend. 27% of cable TV subscribers will cut the cord this year. Removing civil rights law from Section 230 will create many new problems, while failing to fix existing ones. Biggest MAGA conference threatens political with bogus lawsuit for reporting on conference troubles. Daily deal, Motorola Focus 89 Full HD Wi-Fi indoor camera. Robinhood app decides to stop helping the poor steal from the rich. The Wall Street Journal kisses big telecom's ass in whiny screed about big tech. Papers, Please has something to tell you about the no-fly list and it's going to make you sad. Britain helps children learn from home by procuring them laptops preloaded with Russian malware. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. WandaVision Episode 4. Gonzaga Basketball. Katherine Hegel. Silhouette Challenge. Wendy Williams. Britney Spears. Cicely Tyson. Novavax. Leon Cooperman. Kevin McCarthy. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. New Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel admits he must avoid being stubborn if he is to avoid showdowns with Abramovich and Granovskaya. UK refuses to publish vaccine supply data for security reasons amid delivery row with the EU. Vienna apartment building partially collapses after apparent explosion. Video. This is simply tragic. Iran accused of systematic human rights violations for alleged execution of wrestler Mehdi Ali Husseini. Reddit investors versus Wall Street, the GameStop saga, so far, explained. Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine not linked to post-jab deaths, confirms EU medicines regulator after Norway reported fatalities. Common interests of Beijing and Washington outweigh their differences, says China's vice president, as tensions remain high. Ray Dalio calls Bitcoin one hell of an invention, but a huge risk for investors. China to end recognition of British overseas passport as UK opens visa program for over 5 million Hong Kongers. The best way to repair the Russian-American relationship is for both sides to minimize contacts and keep out of each other's way. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Commerzbank fires 1/3 of German bankers. Tony Blair, inevitable global vaccine passports should be implemented now. GME soars 75% after hours, erases losses after liquidity-constrained Robinhood lifts trading ban. Russians are increasingly likely to protest. The dollar's reserve currency status won't last forever. JP Morgan is preparing a retail banking blitz in the UK. Putin, world risks fight of all against all in grim dystopia amid growing crises. Newspeak in the 21st century, how to become a model citizen in the new era of domestic warfare. Beijing uses anal swabs to detect COVID-19 strains. Blinken says Iran must comply with nuclear deal before the U.S. does. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Taliban says U.S. bombarding civilians, houses in deal violation. Dutch court orders Shell to pay Nigerian farmers over oil spills. How volunteers in Punjab are keeping Indian farmers' protest alive. UN, foreign missions urge Myanmar to adhere to democratic norms. Biden and prison reforms, a soft target? China will no longer recognize UK passport for Hong Kong people. The double standards in Facebook and Twitter's Trump ban. Cicely Tyson, iconic U.S. black actress, dies at 96. Brazil's COVID cases surpass 9 million, Hive updates. GameStop mania spreads as far as Malaysian glove makers. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Xi Jinping celebrates patriots governing Hong Kong after takeover. Kasich, GOP leadership fostered lies and misinformation for false prophet Trump. Democrat lawmakers introduce bill for nationwide mail-in voting, necessary to make real progress. Duckworth, McCarthy violated his oath standing with enemy of the Constitution Trump. Report, Biden administration to vaccinate terrorists first, will offer coronavirus vaccine to Gitmo detainees. Report, Joe Biden warned brother Frank, for Christ's sake, watch yourself. LA health official warns Super Bowl parties could become super-spreader events. DeSantis, I banned hospitals from discharging COVID patients into nursing homes. Glad, Republican Party is the new redeemers enforcing white supremacy. FNC's Dean, Cuomo needs to be subpoenaed on nursing homes, might need federal probe on other states. The next headlines are from UPI News. Look, police rescue deer trapped inside British Columbia house. Late father's numbers earn NC man $1 million Powerball jackpot. Firefighters rescue possum trapped in utility pole guard. Watch, snowy owl visits New York's Central Park for first time since 1890. Watch, Phoenix fire crew uses ladder truck to visit hospitalized co-worker. Watch, Hungarian basketball team breaks acrobatic dunking world record. Watch, chimpanzee escapes from zoo enclosure, but returns on its own. Watch, Lord of the Rings plastic block diorama breaks Guinness record. Look, lynx recaptured a week after Canadian zoo escape. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. More contagious and dangerous South African variant of COVID-19 has now reached South Carolina. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Mexico City with 9 million people, joins China by enacting new ban on single-use plastics and straws in 2021. Community pulls together to restore house so 94-year-old World War II vet can go home. Bernie Sanders memes and mittens have now raised over $1.8 million for charity. Porpoises rebound in a big way following California ban on indiscriminate fishing nets. Dianosaur unearthed in Argentina could be the largest animal that ever walked the earth. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, January 29th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. I am once again asking you to come, the Bernie Mittens meme is now a porn genre. GOP Congresswoman blamed wildfires on secret Jewish space laser. Man who wore horns at riot willing to speak at Trump's trial. Hoobastank singer on naming his band Hoobastank, I'm not a perfect person. Senator Leahy to preside over Trump's impeachment trial. AOC tells Ted Cruz she doesn't want to work with him on Robin Hood probe because he almost had me murdered during Capitol riot. Unacceptable, AOC and other lawmakers call for congressional hearing on Robinhood's anti-Reddit GameStop stock trading freeze. Did the FBI find $400 in Civil War gold in a perforest? Harrisburg lawyer says he has new clue in the case. Heil Hitler chants, Nazis invade Australian tourist town. Turkey to probe Salt Bay for flashing genitals online. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. How UK startups are keeping their EU connections alive after Brexit. How an army of sewer robots can help us fix our clogged pipes. Out of the loop about GameStop, here's a handy reading list. Xiaomi's AirCharge tech looks magical, but I have a million questions. Telegram just made it easy to import WhatsApp chats. How to get over the intimidation factor and start loving hardcore strategy games. Focal's new Celestia headphones are a $990 audiophile luxury. Scientists develop AI-powered puff technology to help smokers quit. How your fighting style should determine your team. Facebook Supreme Court overturns most of the platform's post removals in its first rulings. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Scientists capture the moments of nascent crystal formation and growth. Loggerhead sea turtles lay eggs in multiple locations to improve reproductive success. Marine heat waves becoming more intense, more frequent. New catalyst moves seawater desalination, hydrogen production closer to commercialization. New study unravels Darwin's abominable mystery surrounding origin of flowering plants. Malaria threw human evolution into overdrive on this African archipelago. Scientists find key function of molecule in cells crucial for regulating immunity. Lasing mechanism found in water droplets. Breakthrough for laser-induced breakdown spectroscopy. Thick lithosphere casts doubt on plate tectonics in Venus's geologically recent past. The next headlines are from Information Week. What happens if a cloud provider shuts you out? What you know when migrating DevOps to microservice architectures. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, January 29th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Rep. Burgess Owens says he accepts Biden as president, apologizes to liberals. The 2021 Sundance Film Festival may have the event's biggest audience ever, organizers say. Utah's share of COVID-19 vaccine is being boosted by the Biden administration, Governor Spencer Cox announces. SLC residents have a few more days to apply to join the library's community garden. The Utah Jazz have won 10 straight games. How did they get here, and how far can they go? Commentary, how Jimmy Carter taught me to pray for a president. Salt Lake City parents lose their legal fight to reopen schools, but not for the reasons you might think. Half of U.S. pastors say they've heard conspiracy theories in their churches. Mormon land, scholar discusses the ongoing restoration and how the LDS Church can change. Woman's arm severed in accident at Woods Cross plant. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Google to allow gambling apps in the Play Store. Apple crosses 1 billion active iPhone users. Car makers face $61 billion sales hit from pandemic chip shortage. The highest resolution photos ever taken of snowflakes. Google deletes nearly 100,000 negative reviews of Robinhood app. Apple adds Blastdoor to secure iOS from zero-click attacks. State reps try to ban Comcast data cap and price hikes until pandemic is over. Coinbase settles on direct listing to go public. GM will sell only zero-emission vehicles by 2035. Robinhood will allow limited buys of stocks like GameStop, starting Friday. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis medical pros who got the COVID-19 vaccine last month tell us how they feel now. St. Louis County Police getting training for reporting misconduct. St. Louis educators honored as Challenger inspiring teachers. Illinois prisoners to get COVID-19 vaccine soon. Aspiring Army nurse shot and killed, remembered for indomitable spirit and a beautiful soul. Missouri man arrested, charged in connection with D.C. Capitol riot. Kirkwood man, former UAW official, sentenced for embezzlement scheme. Cicely Tyson, groundbreaking award-winning actor, dead at 96. Report, St. Louis Cardinals re-sign Adam Wainwright. Leisure travel expected to return first, push underway for responsible gatherings at Illinois hotels. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Family of 3 killed in Encinitas Bluff collapse. A lawsuit could spur positive change. Photos, atmospheric river storm drenches California, snow piles high. Grape nuts cereal experiencing nationwide shortage due to pandemic constraints. Lawsuit claims Subway's tuna sandwiches lack any trace of tuna. Feds investigates South Bay shoe store blaze that injured firefighters. Reed, Noren beat the rain to take first-round lead in Farmers. Man dies after being hit by train near Lindbergh Field. Second police officer dies by suicide after responding to Capitol riot. California group wants to tear down portions of border wall to build by National Park. Mortally wounded man found in trailer parked in driveway. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Watchdog group urges judge to incarcerate FBI attorney for altering Central Intelligence Agency email to spy on Carter Page. The Bourne Identity and 9 other gritty spy movies. Some quality movies have just been added to Amazon Prime Video. After receiving death threats from a notorious celebrity stalker, activist fought to jail him. The jury is in, spy plane is out commentary. Upcoming Genesis Electric crossover caught in spy photos. Cold War spy film alert, Benedict Cumberbatch goes all MI6 in the Courier Black Book. Location broker X mode continues to track users despite App Store bans. Witness saw Regini in Cairo police station before murder. Virtual insanity, VR software could see more of us trying out prototypes. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army First Operational Unit receives newest version of Apache helicopter. Lockheed Martin gets $49 production contract for AH-1Z targeting system. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Some of us did not die. The movies of Fan Popo, China's trailblazing LGBTQ filmmaker. Beijing rejects idea of climate as standalone issue in U.S.-China relations. She accused a Chinese media celebrity of sexual assault. He sued, and won. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, January 29, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. What reopening businesses could mean for Latinx community in San Francisco. Significant police presence in Santa Clara. COVID vaccine, Alameda County hopeful distribution will pick up. Bay Area pilots help fly puppies across the country to be trained as service animals. San Jose Hospital under fire for vaccinating teachers early. This Bay Area Costco could soon get a gas station. Audit reveals more issues with California Ed. Mighty Ducks star Sean Weiss celebrates 1 year of sobriety. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Serena visits Subi for win, Nadal beats Thiem in Adelaide. Number 1 Louisville holds on to beat North Carolina 79-68. NC State and UConn lost for first time this season. Oladipo has 25 points, Rockets beat Trailblazers 104-101. January 3rd deadliest month as Illinois surpasses 19,000 COVID-19 deaths. 9-year-old dies from injuries in I-88 crash. Space heater may have caused fire that killed 5, officials say. Bowman downplays rumors, says everything remains status quo with Taves. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Activists criticize proposed changes to Seattle Police's use of force, crowd control policies. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Albania, Bulgaria, Greece, Lebanon, the Republic of North Macedonia, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Merapi in Indonesia. Green flood alert in Albania, Bulgaria, Greece, Kosovo, Montenegro, Serbia. Green flood alert in Eswatini, Madagascar, Mozambique, South Africa, Zimbabwe. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 1321, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, January 29th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Who loves free things? These events won't cost you. What to watch for as a powerful storm system impacts Houston this weekend. Harris County hopes to get 30,000 COVID-19 vaccine doses a week. Family of Rojan and Nicholas files lawsuit on 2-year anniversary of Harding Street raid. Pandemic triggers a grape nuts cereal shortage. Galveston crew of Saints launching house floats for Mardi Gras. Man wanted on elder abuse charges, accused of tying up boarding home resident. Black community in Texas faces critical moment in COVID-19 fight. Houston Fire Department battle heats up as City of Houston fires union president. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. IG New Taipei City unveils Insta-worthy heart-shaped pond. Indian economy shrinks 7.7% in fiscal 2020 to 2021 amid pandemic. German unemployment steady, but virus having effect on jobs. Germany expects limited EU approval for AstraZeneca vaccine. The latest, Europe regulator, no new vaccine side effects. Stephanie's son announces new song after 19-year hiatus. Big 12/FEC Challenge highlights play this upcoming weekend. Dutch court to rule in Nigerian farmer's case against Shell. Tibetan culture advocate released after 5-year prison term. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Brooklyn Assemblyman revives push for state commission to investigate prosecutors. In final state of the city, Mayor de Blasio commits to New York City's recovery. Extra, but what does this GameStop frenzy mean for the Mets? Alright, more photos of the Central Park owl just LIVIN. NYC hedge fund billionaire says the quiet part loudering meltdown over GameStop stocks. The Brooklyn Bridge will finally get its own bike lane. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. AG report, COVID-19 deaths in NY nursing homes are dramatically undercounted. Newark's Old Penn Station is getting a $190 million spruce up. NYC women to fill key positions in Biden's transportation agencies. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, M4.5 quake has struck near Africa. Light earthquake, M4.2 quake has struck near Corral in Chile. Light earthquake, 4.1 mag strikes near Yoshinocho in Japan. Light earthquake, 4.5 mag was detected near San Jose de Buin in Philippines. Minor earthquake, 3.5 mag strikes near King Salmon in Alaska. Minor earthquake 3.32 mag, 93 kilometers northeast of Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Light earthquake, 4.9 mag strikes near Bula in Solomon Islands. Light earthquake 4.4 mag, Mid-Indian Ridge. Light earthquake, 4.9 mag has occurred near Harrison in Philippines. Light earthquake 4.9 mag, 89 kilometers WSW of Nayafu, Tonga. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Lebanon, how to build back better after political and economic crisis. Elections in Africa go on amid COVID-19. Despite petitions and mounting pressure, Namibia government proceeds with sale of 3% of country's last elephants. French editor pays tribute to civil rights icon Angela Davis. Cuban farm explores sustainability by hand. Q&A, what Nigerian feminists hope will come out of the end SARS movement and pandemic. Sri Lanka on alarming path towards recurrence of grave human rights violations, says UN. Incitement to violence is rarely explicit. Here are some techniques people use to breed hate. The struggle to end female genital mutilation, a dark secret no more. Saving journalism, a vision for the post-COVID world. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. FDA issues new warnings on hand sanitizers, hundreds of Americans poisoned this month. Second California patient dies soon after COVID-19 vaccination, investigations underway. Tulsi Gabbard warns against the danger of new domestic terrorism laws. Facebook hires Biden transition, Obama admin official as VP of Civil Rights. DHS terrorist bulletin paints non-violent protesters and protesters against police violence as extremists. Proud Boys leader was prolific informer for law enforcement. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Journalists booted from Marjorie Taylor Greene town hall. Was porn showing up in Facebook video search after outage? Did GOP congressman invite Trump supporters to Mar-a-Lago? Do 1 in 3 Biden appointees have an immigrant background? Explainer, why GameStop stock surge is shaking Wall Street. Checked by reality, some QAnon supporters seek a way out. Christianity on display at Capitol riot sparks new debate. Did protesters pull down the national flag of India in Delhi? Did San Francisco vote to remove Washington, Lincoln from school names? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Hank Aaron's death attributed to natural causes. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. California's vaccine chaos fuels push to recall Governor Newsom. Biden refusing to give Marjorie Taylor Greene the attention she craves. Trump sent a mob to his office, now he's kissing Dunn's ass. How Derek DelGaudio pulled off the astonishing in and of itself. The Capitol rioters disturbing ties to the March for Life. Democrats are split over tactics, Republicans are split over QAnon and Hitler. Team Biden weighs fresh sanctions on Russia for poisoning and jailing Navalny. I may have discovered the perfect double mask combo. The GOP will be staying with Trump, right to the graveyard. A new strain of coronavirus is here and it's almost certainly spreading, but there's room for optimism. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Pain relievers made all effectiveness of COVID-19 vaccine, experts warn. Florida mom accused of throwing infant at father during heated feud. Robinhood raises $1 billion as CEO defends actions amid GameStop frenzy. Over 1,000 Columbia students stage COVID-19 related tuition strike. Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe Saunders agree to title unification bout in May. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week, see the zodiacal light. The beginning to the end of the universe, the origins of life on Earth. Flight of the Spider, an Antarctic balloon to study the cosmos' birth. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Novavax offers first hopeful vaccine trial data on COVID variants. South Africa variant found in U.S. as fear grows over new strains. Major storm pounding Northern California heads south. Thousands evacuate as torrential rain triggers California mudslide. White House Chief of Staff on vaccine rollout and reopening schools. Shark and ray populations are collapsing, nearing point of no return. Top U.S. health experts issue dire COVID-19 death forecast. WHO begins investigation into COVID-19. Winter storm slams west, causing mudslides and forcing thousands to evacuate. Biden administration focused on fighting against climate change. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. New York lawmakers to make prison visits amid push for justice roadmap and COVID vaccinations. Botticelli painting portrait of a young man holding a roundel sells for staggering $92 m. French cops under fire for Macarena party at police station. Army Hammer drops from the Offer series, report. Sonny Fox, beloved Wonderama host, dies from COVID-19 at age 95. James Goldston, president of ABC News, to leave post. Celebrities mourn death of Emmy and Tony winner Cicely Tyson. Yanked to rejoin debate Sunday after Brooklyn Dem leader resigns over offensive remarks. New York AG Pro prompts Cuomo team to release nursing home COVID death data. Carlos Ghosn's two suspected American accomplices lose extradition appeal. The following headlines are from military.com. Active duty troops may help with nationwide COVID-19 vaccine distribution. Man who sold N95 masks to VA for $25 each charged with price gouging. National Guard mission at Capitol counts toward GI Bill benefits. Navy delays start of fitness testing until July. Green Beret slain fighting attacker and Jordan receives posthumous Silver Star. Lawmakers renew effort to eliminate TRICARE young adult premiums. Privacy, please. Air Force wants to add toilet curtain on B-52 bomber. Navy destroyer CO fired after trying to make his crew a plaque with seized AK-47. Army National Guard crews rescue hiker, 5 others stranded due to snow in Arizona. The Marine Corps is developing a better fitting, more functional PT uniform. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Rep. Adam Kinzinger's criticism of Trump puts focus on divide in Illinois GOP as party gets set to elect new leadership. Column, in defense of Marjorie Taylor Greene, think of all the times she hasn't wanted to execute Democrats. Column, trying to get a COVID vaccine is like playing roulette. New Cook County property assessments continue to shift tax burden from homeowners to businesses in south suburbs. Filing a complaint against a Chicago cop, you wouldn't have to sign your name to it under new law. Another heavy snowfall predicted for this weekend, with 4-8 inches estimated in the Chicago area. 10 years ago, Snowmageddon hit Chicago. Tom Skilling, an unlucky architect caught on Lakeshore Drive, and a bride and groom look back. Coronavirus in Illinois updates. 4,191 new COVID-19 cases and 103 more fatalities reported Thursday as state's death toll passes 19,000. Blaming teachers union, CPS cancels Friday in-person classes as it races to reach a deal with CTU before students are due back Monday. Gunshot victims crash, seek help at Home Depot. The following headlines are from FIS.org. 40 years of coral spawning captured in one place for the first time. Miami Heat opens doors to fans thanks to COVID-sniffing dogs. Tiger that underwent rare hip replacement surgery has setback. Disabled teachers being sidelined in drive for more inclusive schools. Alpine plants at risk of extinction following disappearing glaciers. From heat to spin to electricity, understanding spin transport in thermoelectric devices. People's acceptance of inequality affects response to company wrongdoings. Scholars reveal the changing nature of U.S. cities. Immune system sets tripwire to protect against viruses. New biosensors quickly detect coronavirus proteins and antibodies. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, January 29th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The asteroid belt, wreckage of a destroyed planet or something else? Fruit fly brain hacked for language processing. What the new COVID-19 strains mean for herd immunity, vaccine efficacy. The weird quirks of the male libido. What's worse, binge drinking or imbibing a little bit every day? Nutrisystem reviews, new 2021 menu, meal plans for men and promo codes. A curiously written coronavirus paper. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. UN rapporteur, EU recovery money should help fight poverty. Women's World Cup downhill race postponed by poor weather. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Tito Ortiz could be stripped of his newest title, Mayor Pro Tem of Huntington Beach. Disneyland gives legacy pass holders a new title and promises more perks. Horoscopes January 29, 2021, Tom Selleck, let your intuition lead the way when dealing with emotional or personal matters. Word Game, January 29, 2021. Bridge, January 29, 2021. Ask Amy, they say hurtful things about the bride's name. Harriet Cole, he says he cannot be our baby's father because nobody trusts him. Miss Manners, was I out of line to defend the Karens? Dear Abby, he has a crush on her, and it's breaking my heart. Storm washes out section of Highway 1 along Big Sur coast. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. New Jersey man admits cheating investors in ticket scheme. 2 dead, 3 wounded in shooting in western Pennsylvania. Kentucky manufacturer expanding, adding 200 jobs. Deadline extended for WVA Energy Assistance Program. Weekend disc golf event to benefit West Virginia Food Bank. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Millions of leaked police files detail suffocating surveillance of China's Uyghur minority. The half-baked smear campaign against Robert Malley, and Biden's Iran policy. Merrick Garland wants former Facebook lawyer to top antitrust division. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, January 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Weak and strong cells bonding boosts body's diabetes fight. Precipice Julie floor acutely reduces water resources in Ethiopia, costing rural livelihoods. 2. Aura analyzes support use of osimertinib for patients with surgically resected, stage IB2 IIIA non-small cell lung cancer. Threads that sense how and when you move, new technology makes it possible. Researchers map heart recovery after heart attack with great detail. Human activity caused the long-term growth of greenhouse gas methane. Obesity may exacerbate the effects of Alzheimer's disease, new study shows. Genetic screening before prescribing could benefit millions. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 13 shot, 2 fatally Thursday in Chicago. Armed robber hits Lincoln Park retail store. Man robbed on Blue Line train in the Loop. 2 people carjacked on same block in Edgewater. Burglar steals tools from garages in Galewood, police. Spreading ashes of love, looking at the memorials in the outdoor public spaces. Horoscope for Friday, January 29, 2021. 2 injured in Marquette Park crash involving CPD vehicle. Quincy made it inside, 2 more Illinoisans charged in Capitol breach. Missing man last seen in West Garfield Park. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. St. Louis Symphony Orchestra launches free Sound Lab education series for kids. St. Louis first mass vaccination site opening soon in North County. John Stonitz chose the day light. Parson defends Missouri COVID vaccine response in State of the State speech. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. How long does a background check take? Full guide, 2021. Rashida Tlaib blasts Robinhood app for protecting rich hedge fund investors in GameStop stock drama. GOP candidate for governor calls Whitmer a dictator despite alleged assassination plot against her. University of Michigan research shows Whitmer's tough coronavirus measure saved lives. Hip-hop icons virtual show opens at the Marshall M. Frederick Sculpture Museum at Saginaw Valley State University. Detroit's St. Patrick's Parade is once again canceled due to COVID-19. Ex-Macomb County Prosecutor Smith pleads guilty to obstruction and embezzlement scheme. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, January 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets. There's a new breakfast sandwich in town. Families of Harding Strait raid victims sue city and HPD officers for civil rights violations. 4 thoughts on Deshaun Watson's trade request. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, The Little Things. Openings and closings, Cherry Block expands, the taco stand opens. The Almond Bets Band give their blessings, live and in person. Deshaun Watson officially requests a trade. Mobile games are both predatory and helpful to mental illness. Best virtual bets, Sundance Films, UFOs, and the Apollo. How to make it in the music business, Track Sounds Edition. The next headlines are about world records making news. Rare Botticelli portrait sets world record for the artist with a tag of $92.2 million at NY auction, Economic Times. Plum, 2020 World Records Commentary TimesArgus.com, Barry Montpelier Times Argus. Items from the now-closed Guinness Museum of World Records will be sold February 12 by Ripley Auctions, Artfix Daily. Hawkinson's Taylor Guzman sets world record, Coin.com. Manhattan man receives worldwide record for largest Chiefs-related memorabilia collection, KSNT News. Owner pays tribute to Guinness World Record holder Freddie the 7 foot 5 inches Great Dane who died at home, Daily Mail. Hungarian basketball team breaks acrobatic dunking world record, UPI News. Jim Walmsley and Eliud Kipchoge, parallels between your record runs, Canadian Running Magazine. Watch, man eats 3 of the hottest chili peppers in the world to break record Carina, KFDI. Gold medalists, world record holders take to the track in Karlsruhe, flow track. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Google deletes 100,000 negative reviews of Robinhood app from angry users. Facebook bans popular stock trading group amid GameStop chaos. Massachusetts lawmakers want Comcast to stop grifting customers until the pandemic is over. Spotify could one day recommend songs based on how your voice sounds. GameStop goes to the moon. Wait, no, it's going to Congress instead. Intriguing life signal on Venus was plain old sulfur dioxide, new research suggests. Documentary Plus is the latest free service to enter the streaming wars. Keep your mind and hands busy with the best Lego deals. Toothbrushes might not be covered in poo after all. Snipping tool bug is keeping Windows Insider users from copy-pasting screenshots. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Paraburdoo in Australia at 110.3 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was at Kayachchayu in Russia at minus 68.26 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 55.7 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Wall Street's bets craze pushes Dogecoin up 5x in 24 hours. Coronavirus variants, what they do and how worried you should be. Every crazy thing that happened in Apple and Facebook's privacy feud today. New Biden executive order makes science, evidence central to policy. Rocky Linux gets a new sponsor, Gregory Kurtzer's startup, CTRLIQ. GM says no more tailpipe emissions by 2035, carbon neutrality by 2040. Intel's first discrete GPU in 20+ years is only for OEMs, integrators. Biden's approach to climate, calling it a crisis and treating it that way. That's a wrap. No Starship launch attempt on Thursday afternoon, updated. State reps try to ban Comcast data cap and price hikes until pandemic is over. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump is a dead man, Chuck Hagel casts doubt on irresponsible former president political future. Robert Mueller spin-off, man's arrest on 2016 election charges suggests Russia probe may have survived Bill Barr. This Fox News employee was fired after infuriating Trump, now he's speaking out. To forget the Trump era is a toxic act of privilege, and very dangerous. Feud between Facebook and Apple heats up, and may be headed to court. Trump admin busted for attempts to shame whistleblower who disclosed COVID blunders, report. GOP was warned about crazy Marjorie Taylor Greene, but she had White House backing, report. Trump fomented the Capitol insurrection, according to his own defense secretary, report. Pro-Trump lawyer must pass mental health exam if he hopes to keep his law license, report. Overpaid Twitter troll Lauren Boebert obliterated for attack on school shooting survivor. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. A Comcast employee was told to upsell internet to low-income people, so he quit. Biden takes charge on climate, but what about mining? He was critically ill in ICE detention. A translator may have saved his life. The nurse who changed the mind of a patient downplaying the pandemic. Lunchtime photo. They walked 1,500 miles for a life of freedom, revisiting a book that chronicles young American immigrants. Biden ends gag rule on abortion, reopens health insurance marketplace. AOC to Cruz, you almost had me murdered. The best Boston accents in politics. Cuba has refused deportation flights, but ICE isn't letting most Cubans out of detention. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. How GM put an electric car on the moon 46 years before selling them on Earth. Detroit Free Press. Music in Space, a plan to beam a musical message to other planets. Books and Arts, The Economist. Justin Timberlake stars in new Apple TV Plus movie Palmer, What's on This Week? King5.com. Did an alien life form do a drive-by of our solar system in 2017? The New York Times. Breakthrough Listen is searching a million stars for one sign of intelligent life, i.e. spectrum. Could game theory help discover intelligent alien life? The University of Manchester. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Robot empowerment, a viable alternative to Asimov's 3 laws of robotics, to Genomica. Stem cell AI, brain on a chip project aims to revolutionize computing power, Eureka Alert. Scientists look to harness the power of AI and the mind combined, News. Full text, serum miR-128 serves as a potential diagnostic biomarker for Alzheimer NDT, Dove Medical Press. Brain 3D genome study uncovers human-specific regulatory changes during development, Eureka Alert. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. AI poised to revolutionize longevity, scientists say, futurism. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, January 29, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Angelia Joyner, journalist, ufologist, radio host, animal advocate, in memoriam. Skinwalker Ranch, UFOs, and life after death. Ex-CIA chief wants UFO probe. UFO Chronicle 1960. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, January 29, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.